Hi, my name is Dave. I'm your host. You're listening to The Last Podcast, where the first shall be last and the last shall be first. If this is your first time listening, welcome. I'm happy you're here. And if you're returning, welcome back. I really appreciate you listening and hope you continue to find tips, ideas, and value listening to this podcast. Today, I have a question, but it's kind of fun. I want you to really take this in. Imagine yourself, before I ask my question, imagine you're walking through a marketplace. Imagine you are walking through this marketplace, not of objects, but of people. Each individual is displayed with a unique description, a story, a purpose. Now picture yourself among them. If you were for sale, not in a literal sense, but as a metaphor, if you were for sale, what would you bring to the world? What value? What would your tag say? And would you be able to make someone stop, lean in, and say, I need this person in my life. I need this person in my business. Or I need this person on my team. I need this person in my world. I want you to think about that for a moment. If you were for sale, how would you market? I'm not talking about what you do for a living. I'm talking about you as a person in this world. If you were for sale, what would your tagline say? What would you do? I mean, I'm asking you this question because I think if you were to go ahead and answer the question, it will help you design your strengths, your uniqueness, your value a whole lot clearly. Whether you're a coach, creative, leader, entrepreneur, or someone simply seeking clarity in their own life. This is a great opportunity to market your soul with honesty, depth, and brilliance. I want you to ask that question of yourself, right? If I was for sale, what would be my description? Let that question marinate for a few minutes, right? Because this kind of question really would help you dig a little deep as a person, not the things you do, not the hats you wear, but as a person. Yeah, that is a good thing to answer. This is your chance to pretty much write your own story, your own ticket, not the ones other have told about you, or someone has whispered in your ear, or someone has blurted out and say, you know, you're this, you're that, you're this and the other, or you're not this, you're not that, you'll never be this, you'll never be that. I want you to wipe the slate clean and think about you at your core, the person you are. What would you bring to the table? How would you market yourself, right? So to help you do this, I would hope that you can get a paper, pen, or get at your laptop and ask yourself. I want you to really ask yourself, if I was on display for sale, what would my tagline say? Would I be able to make someone lean in and stop and say, wow, I really need this person, or I really need this person in my business, or I need this person on my team, or I need this person in my world. I want you to really think about that. What are 3 words people constantly use to describe you? Think about that. That might help you jar. Now, I'm not talking about when somebody belittles you. We're talking about positive things here. All right. So when I said wipe the slate clean, I want you to literally wipe the slate clean of any negativity and hold on to anything that's positive. What do you do naturally that others struggle with? Maybe that might be a key for you, right? It might be something that you could take a look at. Who am I? What do I navigate to or gravitate to? Or basically, what do I find so easy to do, right? And what kind of impact do you make when you show up fully, when you are at full strength, wide awake, and you are at your all, your splendor, all the flavor in life? What kind of impact do you bring to the table? I mean, I was driving home today and I was just thinking about these questions, and I was like, I got to stop on the side of the road. I really want to stop and write this stuff down. And then when I started thinking, I was like, what pain have you overcome that has made you stronger or wiser? And the other question that I wanted to ask you is, can you ask yourself, what skills or qualities do you bring that are rare or valuable? These are things that can help you jar your memory. Why would someone buy into you or your story? And if so, why? Because when you go to the store, you think about it. When you go to the store, or now forget the store, when you go online and you look for something and you're looking for something, that something, whatever something is for you, what are you looking for? What's the best? Or is it economically better for you to purchase something that's not so high end, or just in the middle, because you don't want the cheap thing, right? So you want value, you want to portray your value, and you want to give value. What would someone buy into you or your story? What kind of person, team, or mission would you basically thrive in, or what kind of team or person or mission would you present? Now, I want you to think about something. This question, I want you to ask yourself, what's your secret sauce? Something you do or something that you developed that no one else can do it quite like you. That's your secret sauce, right? And then once you get all of this stuff down, I want you to write your own personal ad copy. Yeah, think about that, right? You have to write your own ad copy. Why you're valuable. Why? What do you bring to the table? What do you bring to the world? Why should someone lean in and say, oh my God, I got to have that person on my side? Or if you think about it this way, let's talk about relationships. If you look at someone and you say, wow, outside of the looks, because we know, okay, we are drawn into a beautiful person, right? So we're not talking vanity here. But once we get to know a person's quality, their traits, their strengths, their weaknesses. I mean, after you get to know a person and you say, wow, I got to have that person. Wow, I want to get to know that person even more. Oh my God, this person is awesome. Now, flip it. What could you say about you in your ad copy to have somebody say, oh my God, this is the perfect person for me? You could do it like that. But to stay on a general trait, general terms, I want you to go ahead and write your personal ad copy as if you were for sale, you as a person. Okay? I want you to go ahead and do that. And then after you do that, I want you to read it out loud to yourself. You don't have to read it out loud in front of people, but I want you to read it out loud to yourself. And I want you to share it with a trusted friend or mentor and get a little feedback. And believe it or not, if it's really good, you can use it on your LinkedIn bio, website, or self-introduction. Turn it into something fun, but it will be powerful as well, especially when you take the time to do what I'm asking you to do. Bring your words to life as an elevated pitch. I want you to also do that. Well, that's all I got for you today. I want you to be able to market yourself. And it's not really boasting. I want you to market yourself where you stand out in your own truth, claiming your own space, and letting others know that you matter and you exist in this world. And here's why. This world is full of noise, but authenticity, it cuts through all the chatter. Own your value. Speak your worth. Because if you were for sale, you wouldn't be on the clearance rack. You'd be a limited edition. Hey, my name is Dave. You're listening to The Last Podcast, where the first shall be last and the last shall be first. Thank you so much for listening. I hope you take this challenge and do it for yourself because it's an eye-opener. And also, do me a favor, subscribe and like this podcast. I thank you so much for listening. Be blessed. I'll see you Wednesday. Bye-bye.